Now, what makes PAC unique is not so much the in-room experience. As I said, we can easily reskin and re-lay out that interface based on the customer needs. But as I said before, PAC is a web application that allows you to fully document your Crestron installation. As such, we do not only define rooms and touch panels, but we also define devices, inputs and outputs of certain devices, and then even the cable pad connecting those devices to others. So what that allowed us to do is, in fact, we do not have to program these sources anymore. We have an algorithm in our Crestron processors that when you press a source based on the data, it will find a cable pad and it will switch all of the switchers in between to route that certain device to a certain TV. Now, this has really helped us to speed up deploying a Crestron installation, because as runtime changes occur during delivery or after install, a certain device gets placed in a different location, we can now very easily, by adjusting the documentation within PAC, we can reallocate a certain device to a different switcher, and the Crestron runtime will automatically change the switching behavior for that source. Now, after we have been speeding up our deployment time, we were thinking about different features. And now we came up with the idea, since we do not have to program these sources anymore, we can in fact just add them at runtime. Let me give you a quick demo of that. So, as you can see, we are in the master cabin and we have certain sources available. Now suppose today there's a football match and we have some guests on board that really want to see this match. I can go into our PAC database, go into the master cabin, and from within this page I can do some basic functionality. I can maybe rename that room. Let's call it master room. There you go. I can reorder my sources. I want Apple TV to be the first source within the room. There you go. And I can rename a source to show differently on the touch panel. It's called Apple TV. Apple, there you go. So this is all pretty basic functionality within a room. But as I said, there's this football match going on and we want to provide our guests with that extra source. I can add a source, press new source. I'll give it a name. I'll just call it match. There you go. And I'll get a list of all the devices in our installation. For this match, I will select the Central Sky source. There you go. Press finish. And as you will see, we will get now at runtime, no Crestron programming required, no resetting of your Crestron processor required. We have this extra source. Give it a minute to load. We have an extra source in the master room called match. Okay, now I'm not done. This is a match, so I would like to have that match not show up with a sky icon. Let's go into that match and let's call it, give it an icon called football. There you go, save those changes. And you will see that on the touch panel, again, at runtime, that source will be updated with a football icon. There you go. Now, since a lot of people will be watching that match, I don't want them to have control over that skybox. They would be able to change the channel and disrupt the user experience for other guests. So I can go into PAC and choose any of my subpages programmed within the Crestron environment. Let's give it subpage 1704, save those changes. And again, at runtime, you will see that the users watching those match will be taken away the control over this source and will be provided with a subpage that says you have no control over this source. Now, by solving these problems, let's say, these challenges on such a low level, on the source level, we have actually solved all of the questions regarding boss on and boss off functionality. Depending which guests you have on board, you can easily set up your system on a room per room basis with the appropriate sources and the functionality required in that room. So no Crestron programming required, no resetting of your processors, just a quick and efficient way to manage your Crestron installation. So again, PAC is a rapid Crestron deployment tool. It's a web application that intuitively allows you to fully document your installation, to assist you in efficiently and rapidly rolling out your Crestron products, your Crestron installation, and then providing you with easy maintenance over that installation. Thanks for watching. See you next time.